Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 17 Belgian Grand Prix. Tonight we head to the Ardennes Forest on what is a very historical and beautiful racetrack with plenty of opportunity for great racing for tonight's race with the Tier 2 drivers. And yeah, they're really looking forward to this one. Situated, as we said, in the Ardennes Forest. Final two races before the break for the flyaways, so it's a last chance for these drivers to really put their name on that title, or at least have a chance at that title. But Kevin is running away with it at the moment, so we'll see if anybody can challenge him tonight. But yeah, I'm very glad to be joined by Sink Buckley yet again in the commentary box, joining me. So how are you tonight, Buckley?
Yeah, I'm good. It's great to be back with another fantastic race, I'm sure. Last one was an absolute cracker of a race. So I'll hope for the same tonight around such a fantastic track. This is good. Great for the drivers, I think.
It is, yeah, it is an absolute fantastic circuit, and I think one that drivers really love. So I think it will be, it should be an exciting race for the drivers. Yeah, obviously, as we said, realistically, we're looking if anybody can challenge the likes of Kevin and his Ferrari. He's been a dominant force this season. We'll have to wait and see for the race. We've got a very sunny, clear qualifying here in Belgium. We've got a driver off
the flags,
the bottom hill. Recognized Honey. So he had a spin off coming up Eau Rouge. He has managed to keep the car going. I don't think he's got any damage, so. And Ofale has invalidated his lap. He was the first driver to cross the line. So we'll run on board with Mex Andrix, who's just behind him on the track. So he's coming up now through Blanchemont, up to the final chicane, the bus stop chicane. Picked his braking spot pretty well, using plenty of curb on the insides of both the corners. Gets a little bit squashed on the exit. He sets 42.1 as his first lap, which isn't too bad for a banker lap. And the Renault will be the next one to come across the line. That is SLR Sem, 42.6. It's his debut tonight in STB. So keep an eye on what he can do tonight. Also SLR Nicky as well. Both debuting for the first time here in Tier 2.
Yeah, he's our danger man. He's in the wall. It's coming.
There's a Red Bull as well.
Coming. Where is it?
Oh, Crooken's out. Crooken's out, Buckley.
Yeah. Danger man, he was. That's the end of the chemistry in turn 7, 8, and 9. Where he was.
Yeah, he's waiting for the drivers to come past.
He was a group and he's out.
Yeah, he lost it. I think, yeah, coming through Eau Rouge, just hitting the Radeon, and he was way off the track on the right hand side, in a very strange position. So, yeah, that's his qualifying over and done with, unfortunately.
Seems like people are having problems with already in qualifying. Next Mercedes is bad.
Oh, Sharks had a big slide as well. And he does go onto provisional pole with a 42 flat, but he lost a lot of time through the chicane.
Turn 13, 14 for Max and Mercedes. Spanish hit the wall. He's got
a bit of traffic coming up behind him as well.
Yeah, want to get out of the way, but
he just about does. Just about manages to get out of the way. So interesting, the two Ferrari drivers opting for a set of mediums early on, as well as FRA BTX. And Matt's invalidated his lap as well. It looks like Maudi had disconnected for a second, then he's back in now. Not sure if anyone else is on a lap at the moment. SLR Nicky is apparently speeding in the pit lane.
Be more cat on
Absolute ragging his engine, which is great.
Like 3 seconds into the pit lane. As most
I
drivers
think
will
most
be.
people,
Yeah, finishing their first
most
runs.
people are on their laps now, yeah. So wait to see. It looks like Nuvolari has just come out on and out lap.
Yeah. Just an out.
As well as off Ale as well. I think off Ale will be the first one to start his lap. But he has got Agonized Honey just ahead of him on the track, I believe.
I think
So watch both of these.
actually ahead of Buffett. Yeah. You'd start into lap. I think. Very broad.
So yeah, just a reminder from last week's race in Hungary. It was an absolute crack of a race. Went right down to the wire. It was separated by 800ths in the end between Kevin and Kata. Kata taking his first victory in STB in an emphatic way. So I'm sure he's going to take that confidence boost for the race tonight and try and challenge for that victory again.
Very Brown is a brilliant turn one. And really nice traction heading up to Rouge and Radion. See if he can keep it stable. Bit narrow. Kind of straight. See, does he improve? On his time. Okay, he hasn't got a time yet, so. And 8 for sector.
I think that's too bad for a first sector, so he's looking on for a decent lap at least. If he can try and hook up this final sector, he runs a little bit wide,
Wide,
through the
yeah.
hairpin.
Left.
Just got a little bit of a washy front end coming through No Name. Now coming down to Puon. How flat is he going to take it? Slight lift. Oh, what a bit of slide on the exit. He's held that well. I think we've got a spinner just ahead of him on the track as well,
Thanks.
which is the Alpha Tauri. Not sure which one.
XT, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and he's off the track. He's managed to stay out of the way.
Yep. There's the first time I've said that this race. Mix his name up again. Classic me. XT instead of PTX. Love that. Anywho. Brown.
He comes through Blanchimont now. Easy flat in the F1 2020 cars. And he comes now braking for the bus stop chicane. It's quite a lot of curve on the right hand side, not so much on the left, but now he's got a short onto the line. Can he put himself on provisional pole position? He can with 141.4. Great lap from the Alfa Romeo driver. And that has put him firmly on provisional pole. His teammate is also on a lap, and he is still in this championship fight, although he needs to start racking those points above Kevin if he wants to stand a chance at actually winning it. TMR Fale goes into P2 with a 42 flat. Nuvolari looking like he's struggling a little bit with that rear end as he now approaches the final sector. So this is important for him. If he can get this banker lap in and put himself high up, he may have a shot at going for pole position. Comes up to the line now, a little bit of a slide on the exit, but he does do a 141.7, puts himself into P2. It's an Alfa Romeo 1-2 at the moment. And a decent lap from the Italian driver, so...
Ray Brown with a brilliant lap. Fantastic lap from Brown.
Matt has just started his lap. I know that he is looking forward to this race. He's got some good pace around this circuit.
See what he can do up Rouge and Radion. Does he lose it? Is he's Mercedes nice and stable? See, yeah, that's beautiful. Through the Rouge and Radion down the kind of straight, heading into the first sector split. And 7, 8, 9. See his first sector split is 9 and 7. I think that is beating FRA Brown in pole position right now. So Matt, if he keeps his lap together,
Oh, he's gone very wide at the hairpin.
yeah,
That's definitely not going to help him at all. Coming through No Name now. He's
Yeah.
not quite hooked it up
Yeah.
through that middle sector. He's got a lot of time to make up. He's gone wide at Pouon.
Ah,
He knew he had to try and gain the time, and
a lap.
quite a
He's
little
got
bit over the limit. TSL Benjamin puts himself into P9. He has got enough time for another lap if he boxes, but it's not looking great from the Mercedes driver, who's looking to keep himself in the championship hunt. And, interesting enough, Kevin still hasn't set a time on the set of softs. Juninho's invalidated his lap on a set of softs. He was looking very quick in the qualifying session and the race yesterday in Tier 1. He managed to qualify P5 in Tier 1.
Shark.
Yeah, and Shark puts himself on provisional pole. We missed that one, but he gets a 41.1. Very quick time from the Williams driver.
As FNT Kevin then, he goes out chemistry race. You see what he's first second between D. Between 9-7 is a 10th up.
Yeah, he looked like he struggled a little bit at the top of the hill. Not quite picking the car up right. He seemed to struggle in the race a little bit yesterday as well. I think the first time we've said that this season. He's looked absolutely dominant. No name looked pretty strong.
Yeah.
So now he comes down the hill and we're right on board with him. See how committed he is. Bit of a lift. He lifted off a bit too much on the exit, I think. A little bit too much speed. It wasn't too bad. We'll see as he comes through the end of the second sector now. See what his split time is. He's got a bit of time to gain to put himself towards the front of the field. He touches the grass a little bit on the inside there, and I've got no delta on my screen, so we're not sure how much he is up.
I don't either.
But we will ride on board with him, see where it's going to put him. This could be his final lap, luckily.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go. He'll be pushing it if he wants to get another lap in. This lap needs to count from FPT Kevin as he goes out to the final chicane. He kind of misses the exit. It's all about the apex, sorry. It's all about the exit. What does he do? He doesn't improve.
He's invalid, I think.
Valid.
Although the timing screens are glitched on my screen, he's still in the first sector, apparently. Doesn't look like he's made any improvement. There we go. Timing screen's finally updated. He's a 41.4. And he needed that lap to put himself towards the front of the field. Is anyone else on a lap at the moment? I think Agonized Honey has just started his lap. We've got a spinner in the second sector. That's an Alpha Tauri. CJ Allen.
Oh, that's ETX.
Yeah, it's BTX again.
Yeah. It's like on the other 13-14. Looks like things.
We'll run on board now with Agonized Honey. See what he can do. Obviously scored that emphatic podium on his debut. He's had a couple of difficult races since then. Missed the race last week in Hungary. And I'm sure he'll be looking to bounce back now. See the car around the flat out bend as he now approaches Blanchimont again. To pick his braking spot. This final chicane, very important. He locks up a little bit, goes a little bit deep. That's not going to be the fastest way to do it. He's big slide on the exit. He's going to come up to the line now. Where's this going to put him on the grid? It is P4 with a 41.4. Just misses out on beating Kevin's provisional time. And I think the only driver now on that is FRA Brown, who's now coming up. Rouge and Raddy on now. Down the camera straight, currently sitting in P2. It's a very good bank lap, but hasn't improved since. So this will be his final opportunity to put himself on provisional pole. He's slightly down in the first sector, and FNT Kevin has retired. And he is a P3 at best. There's a lot of drivers still out there to set laps. Brown runs a little bit wide for the hairpin again. May prefer that line though, so we'll have to see. As he comes through, no, look very clean on the inside. Now for the nearly flat out corner this year of Pouon. A little bit of a lift and right up on the curb on the exit. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him. It's looking like a pretty tidy lap at the moment, but will it be quick enough to put himself on provisional pole?
Oh, he's kind of lost in mid corner there. He's 2 tenths up though. Oh, it's going to be
It's going to be very close then, coming up to the final sector. He has got the Mercedes ahead of him, who I think is still trying to make it to the line. So he's not going to move out the way, but he is far enough ahead, so it shouldn't affect the Alfa Romeo driver's lap. Yeah, and the Mercedes is trying to start his lap. It might put him off on the exit, but here he comes up to the line, FRA Brown, and it's not good enough for provisional pole. I think the Mercedes ahead of him definitely put him off a little bit, and wouldn't have helped. Wouldn't have helped his chances. And Janino's out. Janino's off the circuit, and he is out of qualifying, down in P12. He's going to be really disappointed with that after his great qualifying performance yesterday.
I think, yeah, Nuvolari's on a lap now. He's a small bit down to the first sector.
Yeah, Davi's invalidated his lap, so it's looking tough for him. I think Nuvolari, no, I think Matt will be the first one.
Ash, yeah.
Not Matt, sorry. It will be Nuvolari. So we'll watch Nuvolari as he comes through P1 now.
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity for him though. He needs a few attempts to start ahead of his championship rival and trying to assert his dominance. And he's gone wide. And he's invalidated, and that is going to be P6 at best for the Alfa Romeo driver. That is disappointing. And we will watch as I think Matt now will be the next to cross the line. And he's invalidated, Buckley. And he span at P1 to put. Oh, it's not been a couple of days to remember, and he's hit the barrier as well. And it's P17 at best.
Absolute bombshell.
So we'll see now as who will be the next across the line. I'm not sure. I think we've got a Renault or SLR Sem. Yeah, it will be, and he's on a lap. And it is valid at the moment. He's slightly down in his time though. So he's going to need a good final sector to try and get himself into the top 10. And we'll keep an eye on Off Alley as well. He hasn't quite set a lap that I would have been expecting him to at the moment. So he could be in a position to challenge for pole position. Oh, and he span!
That absolutely doesn't.
And there's a lot of drivers making mistakes in this qualifying session. I think Shark is on a lap. He's gone wide though.
Yeah, I was looking at him in there. He's absolutely gunning it. Right, that his lead position.
Yeah, he's gone wide.
No.
Yeah, it was a bit of a scruffy lap. I think Tim Arthur is the only driver now to have to set his lap. I haven't seen what his delta is saying, so he is the only one who can challenge now VCR of Shark for that pole position as he now comes up to the DRS line, crosses the line, and it only puts him P5 with 41.6. And CJ Allen puts himself into P8 on his final run. And the only driver now left is Matt, who's just boxed, and he's got wing damage in the pit lane as well. It's been a disastrous 2 days for the Mercedes driver, but he's got 22 laps to make up for it.
Intriguing battle between Brown and Shark. They seem to be a few tenths ahead of the field. It'll be intriguing to see get the better each other down into the first lap down the straight. See what can Brown do in the slipstream, get ahead of him, down straight. Kevin's looking P3, he's going to have a good opportunity, and Honey behind him as well.
Yeah, Honey I think will be very happy with that qualifying as a good way to bounce back from his difficult race in Britain, and obviously, as I said, not racing last week out.
Last time I was getting the two hats up place.
Yep. Obviously, one of the Hasses is not here tonight. Is SLR Nicky, who is as a reserve tonight. So the two debutants, P11 and P12 respectively. I think they'll be content with that. Obviously, they would have at least wanted to get into the top 10, but not bad from the two of them. And Apparently the Haas driver is on an out lap, Buckley. And he's out on the track driving. And yeah, he's
great banter.
He's out on the track. And it looks like he's going for another lap.
Ladies and gentlemen, SLR Nicky for the go position.
He's quite literally got the track to himself. So... Well, actually, no, he hasn't. There's a load of AI drivers as well on the track. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's gone on here. Another glitch on Codemaster's half.
Comes up behind a Mercedes, it's an AI, so he's not going to get out of the way.
Yeah, he is looking to actually set a lap here as he puts it into hot lap. So, yeah, this session isn't going to end. We're now waiting for Nicky to set a lap, but he's not got his DRS open, and apparently he's setting a valid lap.
I think it's his AI.
No, it doesn't look like it. No, the AI wouldn't be driving that fast, I don't think. So. And his ERS is just not going down, Buckley.
Because he's DRS, no? He says he's on 2. That's the max. Yeah, that's the max. Haven't played this game in a while,
And he's got a Williams ahead of him, obviously the AI, and yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the
Yeah, it's him driving. Or is it? Oh, to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. This is yeah, this is Codemasters for you, really. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see.
This might need a restart if he goes on to another lap. We'll see if he crosses the line.
He needs to retire from this session.
There we go, he's left.
Yeah, so
we get him back in as soon as we can.
he must have had a glitch session where he couldn't even retire. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, his car should be on the grid, as I've now just seen. Janino has a 5-place grid drop. BTX is not looking happy from the chat as well, so he's obviously had contact with BTX.
I have invited Nicky there.
But it is VCRL Shark who takes pole position. FRA Brown in P2. FNT Kevin still manages P3 in a track that he seems to struggle at slightly. Agonized Honey in P4. TMR Kata puts himself in the mix in P5. Mex Andrix puts himself P6. Nivolari down in P7. CJ Allen P8. TMR off Ale as well down in P9. Dangerman in the top 10. Good lap from him. SLR Sem on his debut in P11. SLR Nicky was P12. Janino P13. BTX was P14. So, what weather will we have for the Belgian Grand Prix? That's the question. It's looking a bit dark, but no rain as of yet. So, yeah, very overcast for the drivers. They're going to have a lack of grip in these opening stages with the cold tyres.
Ooh, it's dark. Hello, rain.
Well, it was dark at the start of the race yesterday, and no rain at all. So we could be in for a bit of rain, but I wouldn't be counting on it.
Let's hope for it. I think as well for the two new boys, I think the both SLR boys are new, aren't they? They're debut. Yeah, I think for the both of them, they're on P11, P12 free choice tires.
Yeah. Although around this circuit, I feel like it doesn't benefit as much as others. But if you do go for the medium to soft, we saw, I believe, Jamham pull that strategy yesterday, and he was flying from P13, finished P5 in the end. So yeah, I think if you've got the pace, it's definitely worth giving it a go. But any early predictions for the race? Who have you got your money on?
Ooh, Shark does look quick, but gonna have to back Brown for this. Actually, back out for this. Back. I think he's going to fight his way through. and win the Belgian GP. It's going to be an insane fight between them. And yeah.
Well, I was going to say, Kevin, as he manages to keep his nose clean at every opportunity he's given. So, yeah, but I'll go with someone different. I'll go with FRA Brown. I think he's shown good potential so far. And obviously starting P2 may benefit him as well. Coming down the Camel Straight.
Yeah, I think Brown might think about maybe if he wants to stay behind Williams driver for the majority of the race, maybe pound in the last few laps, use all of his ERS. And see what he can do. Else, if he wants, he can just take him for a slap. There's a strategy popping up on my screen.
Well, interesting enough as well, only one driver opting for the medium tyre, which was Bram Nilsson.
Yeah. Means most likely
I did forget to mention as well, Bram Nilsson did have a qualifying ban from the previous round in Hungary. He's also got a 5-second penalty for the race as well, so that will be one we have to keep in mind as well. But for a qualifying ban, starting P14 would, well, it's not half bad.
Yeah.
So, P14 with a set of mediums, I think he's still in this race. Oh, and Shark's off the track. Shark's off in the gravel track.
Oh dear.
At Stavelo. Just after Stavelo, sorry.
George Russell, but it's not on the safety car, it's on the formation lap.
Yeah, well, he's managed to
He's
keep going. He hasn't got any damage, so. And CJ Allen is going very slowly as well, coming up for the bus stop. And yeah, not looking good for Shark early on. A little mistake on the formation lap. Obviously no doing, but starting from P1, yeah. That's not really what you want to be doing on the formation lap.
Oh, I just got a flash. Or am I seeing things? Oh, I'm not seeing things.
It's raining, it's raining.
I am not seeing things.
It's raining.
Gentlemen,
at the start of this race.
It's raining.
We haven't even got the drivers on the grid, and the rain is falling at the start of this race. And Crooken is now taking his grid slot just behind Janino, who had the 5-place grid penalty. And the rain is starting to fall as the lights go on ahead of the drivers. We've got another glitched light start on our screen, so we'll have to wait again as the drivers come up. The lights come up on the driver's screen. As the drivers start revving their engines now, so they should have the lights on, and it is lights out, and away we go. We see who gets a better start out front. Kevin's had an absolutely fantastic launch, and he's already got past FRA Brown. And they're side by side going into turn 1. Further back, is there any contact? It looks like they've all got through cleanly. We've got McLaren off on the left-hand side on the exit of La Source as they head up now. FRA Brown's taking his position back from the Ferrari driver. Now, can he get himself into position? And Shark's gone wide at the top of Radion, and this is going to be a chance for FRA Brown. Here comes FRA Brown. Can he get the move around the outside of the straight? They're side by side. The Shark's going to have the inside line. Can he defend it? Or is Brown going to go the long way round? He's not. But they're going to make contact. Oh, and they've squeezed each other. We've got to drive around at the back of the grid.
I think that's Mex.
It's Mex Hendricks. He's round. And Dangerman's picked up a penalty already. And Shark holds the position. There was contact between the two drivers. They've managed to get away scot-free. And everybody else seems to have settled down. CJ Allen having a look on the inside there. Kata gone through Pouon, and Nivellari's ran wide. That could give Ofale a chance. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Oh, and they've made contact! And there's a big crash! And there are many drivers involved, and it's a massive crash at the back of the field. And the safety car needed to be deployed there, and it has been. Contact between the two AlphaTauris, the road was blocked and there was nowhere to go, and a lot of drivers have been caught up in that. And the rain has stopped, Buckley, interesting enough.
Rain has stopped, that's interesting.
So
we had about 20
seconds of rain. And it's decided to stop. There could be more on the horizon. We'll see who comes in the pits. Matt had a really good start, but I think he's been caught up in the instance. As he's boxed. Obviously,
A lot
BTX
of
caught up in
people
that.
did.
Nevalari into the pits. Nicky into
My
the
God,
pits.
so many people.
Yeah, and they're all going to fall down to the back of the field. It looks like, yeah, Ofale was caught up in that instant. He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well.
All the Mercedes. Double stacking, that's unfortunate. Yeah,
That's
it
going to
looked like,
hold. Picks up
it
massively.
looked like the two Alpha Towers just had a domino effect.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it.
Just-
We saw it in the actual Belgian Grand Prix this year, and the rain is falling again, Buckley. Things are opening again, so we'll see if it continues to rain this time. But it is falling again.
Here we go then.
This could be interesting because if it continues to rain, the drivers are going to have a dilemma of whether to pit under safety car and hope that it rains enough, or risk losing that advantage of a free pit stop. And Ofele is out of the session, Buckley. We've missed that. I think he's retired in the pit lane. And he is out of the session. It's raining heavier than before, Buckley. So I think we've got some rain in store. Juninho's made up a lot of positions at the start. Opting for a set of soft tyres. And Crooken as well, we missed. Crooken up 11 places at the start.
11.
We missed his start. He's had a
game?
fantastic start.
Wow.
Obviously, gained a lot from those that got caught up in the incident.
Yeah.
But still made a lot of places, even without that crash. So yeah, great start from him. Maudi as well, Juninho, big winners. SLR Sem as well on his debut, up into P6. Looks like we've got another lap of safety cars. We're waiting for Mex Andrews to come to the back of the field. All the drivers that came into the pits went on a set of softs, which to me shows that the rain is coming, and they know it.
It does seem like it's really pounding it down now to the last chicane. If anyone boxes, does anyone take a risk?
I don't think they will.
If no,
SLR Sem.
Yeah,
SLR Sem, and he is the only driver. We are assuming this is for a set. No, Maudi as well, double stacking Renault. And Nivalari's been given a penalty for a collision with BTX. But they are putting intermediates on, yeah. Intermediates. The first Renault. See what Maudi's putting on. Maudi's also on a set of intermediates. Who else? FXBR Dabby's risked it as well. Oh, and an unsafe release, I think they're from the Renault. That was really close. Matt as well on a set of inters. There's 4 of them. No, there's a load of them. They're all switching. So there's a big split in the field now. It's definitely way too early for the intermediates, but is the rain going to come down hard enough and fast enough for these guys to get this advantage? And it does look like it's coming down harder.
Yeah, the back of the field are thinking maybe it's a long lap, maybe it's pounding down more.
Yeah, they will catch the back of this train as well.
Yeah.
Easily catch the back of this train. So, I mean, even if they lose 10 seconds on these inters before it starts to rain, they've still got an advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I think
as long as they don't burn them out.
Is it really is? If you go on board with some leaders here, it really is pounding down. Really,
it is. It's definitely way too dry, as you said, for the inters, but how quickly is it going to come down, and how quickly is the track going to change from a transition point to definitely being inters? I think that's going to be interesting to see. TSR Dangerman's made his way up into P6 as well. Has picked up a penalty on that opening lap, but looking strong from the McLaren driver. It's definitely he's shown improvement throughout the season massively. Yeah. So,
as I was saying, when the drivers see that DRS deactivated, it then that's like
well, safety costs. Oh, and Dangerman as well. They both span on the safety car, and the safety car is in this lap as well. And I think
that is the Kata managed to keep him.
Yeah, because Juninho had to let him through with an illegal overtake, and the safety car is in. And Shark is backing them up. He's up into P5. What a fantastic start from the Red Bull. And the safety car's in the pits. And Shark is in the pits. And they're all in the pits, Buckley.
They're all in the pits.
And Agonized Honey stays out. He opts not to pit. And these guys on the Inters are going to have a massive advantage.
Here we go.
But is it wet enough?
It is.
And we've got a full course yellow flag.
Gosh, I'm so confused.
And I think it is wet enough now. We're nearly at that point. You saw the understeer from F&T
Yeah.
He couldn't box because his teammate was ahead of him. And look at the understeer coming through Radion.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah, I think that might be a glitched penalty there. He might get that removed, but he is in the driver's seat now. SLR Sam on his debut. But here we go, massive battle at the back of the field, Buckley. There's about 5 of them.
Yeah.
And TSI Dangerman's had to spin. Contact with Maudi. And there's another big incident. And I think most of them have gotten away with it. Dangerman has made contact with Maudi and had a spin.
ETX. Oh my god, this rain is really throwing the cat in the pigeons. Here we go.
It really has. And Maudi is in a provisional P2 and we have a virtual safety car.
Yeah.
A virtual safety car. And
oh my god.
STB Maudi is currently in
my
provisional P2.
Oh my head. It's first 4 laps. Oh my god.
We've had some absolute crackers of races the last few races. And
SLR on his day will be leading.
He will.
Really. On his day, can you imagine how crazy he was feeling right now? Aldi in position. Provisional P2.
Well,
I never thought that we'd see those moments.
Sem's got that penalty hanging over his head, but I think it may be one that will be removed because it was ignoring yellow flags. So I assume it was for the drivers coming into the pits possibly.
Yeah.
So I think we'll look at that with a pinch of salt with that. Agonized Honey's been given a drive-through penalty, and that is disastrous because he now has to box. And he's not going to get a set of intermediate tyres. But
oh my god, I almost spun into Pillen.
I think Agonized Honey's going to have to serve his penalty.
Yeah.
So I think that could be race over for Agonized Honey, unfortunately. And Maudi's had a really good virtual safety car restart, and he's closed the gap.
Reynolds.
Yeah.
As we said,
P1, P2.
With the gamble, paid off.
But I think the man to look out for would definitely be Matty Bante. He loves these conditions. He's got a very, very quick car in a straight line, unless he has put a load of downforce on for obviously this wet weather. But yeah, he's looking quick around Belgium in these wet conditions. We've got another full course yellow flag.
We got Kevin and Bronco side by side. He 3 men at the second race.
Yeah, it's gone downhill for the pair of them. And Agonized Honey, as we said, had to serve that drive-through. And yeah, he's still on the set of softs, unfortunately. Fight
his way through the field. Get back up to the position as see Matt back in Davy comes up to Manley.
Janino on the back of
Davy here. I've been looking up for Davy here.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a big question mark as to his pace. There's a bit of an incident going on here back there. I'm watching back Janino, CJ Allen. Janino didn't want to make the move there on Agonized Honey. Agonized Honey was sideways, and now he's through. He's finally made the move.
Still on softs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, had to serve his drive-through.
Yeah.
Maudi looks like he's struggling slightly in these conditions, but he's still keeping with the leader. But Davi's looking like the quicker of these two, and obviously Matt as well, just behind them.
Very close on track together. Was side advantage again?
Ooh!
Get the exit.
It is Caterpillar gets the better exit. Is Crookham going to go for a move at the inside, possibly? Thinks better of it, going into turn 1. And keep an eye out on the drivers in front, see if any of them make a move. Brooken, Maudi and Matty all very close to each other.
Yeah.
And Matt possibly looking to make a move here. At the end of the straight, he's a little bit too far back on this occasion.
He's young shark, here he goes. He's trying to call his way back in the field. He's first. The victim
And he's round the outside.
BTX.
And a great move from the Williams driver. Outbreaks the AlphaTauri of FRA BTX. Gets his move up into P6 now. And he's still in this race.
He fights his way back.
I've still got a yellow flag in every sector. I'm not sure if you've got the same.
Yeah, I've got the same. So I think that's
and Maudi's ran wide. And that
Maudi.
could give Davy the opportunity now. And
Go
as I said,
Davy.
Maudi's struggling a little bit in these conditions. I think Davy's going to look to make the move as soon as he can. Now coming through Stavilo. Is he going to look to make a move possibly before the next straight? He is close enough. Yeah, and he's going to go for it on this occasion. Or is he? He's backed off last minute. He doesn't want to go side by side through Blanchimont in these conditions. Definitely a big risk for the drivers. So Maudi just needs to try and get himself in a rhythm now and see if he can catch back up to his teammate.
Matt. Back though. Well,
Yeah, and
they're all
there's
there.
also Nivellari.
Ferraris, well, yeah.
And Shark is a little bit behind them. The deltas on my screen are all over the place.
Yeah.
And there is a Haas driver in between them. Buckley.
That's
That's Nicky.
yeah.
Okay, so I think he's in this race, Buckley. I think, although we can't see him on the time screens, he is there. He is there with them. And here comes Matt Buckley. Here comes Matt, the inside at the end of the straight. Great straight on speed, but he gets outbroken by the Red Bull driver.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're going to have to make sure that we remember the Haas driver is in this race. And FRA Brown's made his way past FNT Kevin.
Where's Larry? He gets. Oh, no, I'm just confused. He's like ghosted through him.
He is, he's ghosting.
No, oh no.
Yeah, this is not good. We had a similar situation in Tier 1 last week where ABR Connor was in. Well, he disconnected, rejoined in P5 and just drove straight through P4 and P3 to the podium. So, yeah, it's not great.
Confusing.
Not great for the drivers. Yeah, he's looking quick, but SLR Sem is driving
He's
away.
pulled out. He's checked out.
Yeah, but Maudi could make his car the widest Formula 1 car that we've ever seen, and
He could.
and defend for the rest of the race. We don't know.
Yeah. He could really benefit his team here if he can just make that car as wide as he can. Not let that he can
Matt picks up a
let his
penalty.
team out. He can fight for this.
Yeah, there's a bit of a battle going on behind. VCR Sharks looking for the move on Nivellari. They make a bit of contact, and Nivellari's absolutely forced the Williams driver off, and that's going to give BTX the chance to now make the move. On the Williams driver, they're side by side going into the source. Sharks not going to have any of that. Straight up the inside. Gets the move back down on the AlphaTauri. Can he now get past the Alfa Romeo of Nivellari ahead of him? He's going to need to if he wants to get a good chance at this victory. And Matt is right on the back of Davy Buckley. And this could be his chance now. He's got great straight line speed in overtake mode. And here he comes up the inside, easy as you like, as long as he can keep it on the brakes. And he's let Davy through.
He's got. Not. Is this glitch? Have they got yellow flags as well?
I don't honestly, I don't know at this point.
Oh, my head.
And Maudi's gone wide. Maudi's off the track.
Oh, Maudi!
This is all over the place.
Oh, this is brilliant.
I'm not. For those watching, I'm not really sure what's going on. They may have a permanent yellow flag, to be honest with you, which is why nobody's made any moves. Maudi's really struggling, and Davy now, right on the back of him.
Maybe that explains why Nicky can't be overtaken because of the
Well, I think it might. The yellow flag might be because of Nicky.
Yeah,
I believe.
But
he's off, and he's round, and that fixes the issue. And that's driver's round.
The commentator first. Oh,
And Maudi's now ghosted Buckley.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
he's disconnected.
Oh, my God.
Oh no.
Wait. A bit of pump. They're not going to be able to.
Oh, and Matt's through.
Oh, man.
And they're side by side coming through Blanchimon, the two drivers. And Matt's made the move around the outside. Great move from the Mercedes driver. And it's so unfortunate for Maudi though. His internet letting him down again, and he's been disconnected.
See,
He was on
Matt
for a
can
great
take him.
result. Yeah, and here he comes straight
God.
through the Renault driver. That's really unfortunate for Maudi. He was on for a strong result.
I think they don't have any problems with his taking.
Yeah, they seem to. No,
Oh,
no, he's let him through.
Oh, damn, he does.
They've
yeah.
got permanent. Yeah, Matt's got.
Yeah.
They've got permanent yellow
Matt's got a-
flags,
The fact that we do.
and that is an issue.
We might need to consider.
We need to get Nikki, I think, to leave the session. So if you send him a message as well, I'm going to message him.
Yeah. See if this fixes it.
So sorry for those watching, we are trying to fix the issues. So it wasn't a glitch on our end, there was a permanent yellow flag, which is why drivers are not overtaking. Matt did overtake Maudi, and he took the penalty for it. And BTX as well. And Nivellari's got past Davi as well. I'm not sure if he got a penalty for that as well. But... And I think we've got green flags, Buckley.
Yep. We are underway.
Is Nicky still in the session? He is.
I am. Now I'm totally confused.
Okay, well, we are green flag again, so normal conditions.
Okay.
We've got to remember as well, a few drivers picked up penalties there, which will be removed.
They will be.
So we'll have to take that into account at the end of the race, which is great from Codemaster's end.
Oh my god. So many things are happening this race.
And Shark on the back of Davi. He needs to start making inroads now, and he's right on the back of him. Davi's not looking to defend against Shark.
Wow.
Absolute breezes past Davi.
That's
Already
straight
two car lengths
speed.
ahead. Davi running a lot of downforce by the looks of it. That's why he struggled to get past Maudi, I think. So Shark still in this race.
Yeah, very much so as Matt gets down. Newbie. Okay. STB. Then you can say Matt having experience on this grid. The rookie versus the most
Shark
experienced.
for the slide.
Kimi Räikkönen in the league versus Lando Norris.
That's what it is. Or Nicholas Latifi.
Nicholas Latifi, yeah, we can say that.
Although SLSM doesn't seem to be shit, so we're not going to call him Nicholas Latifi.
Yeah, we keep it in Lando Norris. Yeah. Captain, see what he can do with the Larry.
Oh, Davi's round,
Yeah.
he spun it.
DX!
Oh, BTX just avoids contact as well. That was great reactions from the AlphaTauri. And he had a massive slide, you saw that coming before he was even round.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just, not good. And interesting enough, Buckley, I didn't even realise, with all of these yellow flags slowing down the drivers in front, look who is now in this train for what would be the provisional podium.
I don't know.
FRA Brown, F&T Kevin, and Team Arcata, they're all there now.
I'm very sorry. Right, yeah.
Kevin as well, right on the back of FRA Brown here. Matt is closing the gap down up the front as well, massively.
Yeah.
And here comes Kevin. He's in overtake. He's looking to make the move at the end of the straight. He's a little bit too far back, so he turns his DRS off. He's not going to go for the move on this lap in the end.
Yeah, as you said, and I was a bit slow to react. FMA Brown and Kevin, they're going to fight for this again.
Which is important as well for Kevin, as his two
Yeah.
championship rivals are currently P2 and P3. So we haven't seen Kevin this far down pretty much all season. So he's got some work to do to put himself on the podium again.
As Sam.
Oh, and Kevin's off the track there. He may have got a warning for that, and he has. He's got a penalty.
Yeah,
Which I think is one of the first times this season he's picked up a penalty. So yeah, he's infamous for not getting any warnings in the race.
Yeah,
But he's been able to avoid it on this occasion.
Yeah. Needs to be quite spaced.
Well, gap out front, only 1.7 now. That's got that gap down.
Yeah,
Oh, we've got a
yellow
driver.
flag
That's
again.
CJ Allen, who's had a half spin. Same
Yeah.
place as Davy. So
Let's get past the post.
yeah, he's managed to keep the car going. I think he lost too much time. Never Lois, not Lois, so Brown struggling on traction. Saw him have a big
let's
slide
back
out the bus stop.
But Alan passing earlier.
Oh, we got a spinner, and that's TSR Dangerman, I think.
Yep.
TSR Dangerman had a spin at turn 1. He's on the mediums.
Yeah.
So it's crooked.
It doesn't look fire. It doesn't look like a got fire. Big one more than Rouge. It does look like it's.
Could be near a point where they're going to be switching back over soon.
Oh my
Be
god.
interesting to say the least. Really spice it
Back
up.
to Bryce.
And I don't think we ever got any confirmation of DRS being disabled, so I don't think
On
we're
my
going to get
head.
it for enabled either. But yeah, you're right. It's not really. Oh, there we go. DRS enabled.
We go.
And oh, I've just realised those drivers who have got those 5-second penalties, they're gonna have to serve them.
Oh, there we go.
And there's no
Matt.
delta times on my screen. Matt and Sem got one as well, and Maddie's out. Maddie's out of the session.
Yep.
So really unfortunate for him. He was looking on for a great result.
Yeah, he was. As Matt is trying to close the gap. Gee, Matt. He's gunning it. Look at him.
Yeah, and obviously they're going to be boxing this lap.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's there.
That's what I'm for.
Sem struggling
Oh my
on those
God.
inters. They should all be coming into the pits this lap. And Sem and Matt have both got 5-second penalties. And into the pits they come. And
It's going to
will
be
there be any double
absolutely-
stacks? There will be. Brown's going to lose out here. And Brown continues. And so does Kevin.
Absolutely.
Kevin
Pit left.
continues. And
Double
Matt
stack
obviously
here.
serving his 5-second penalty. Going on a set of mediums. As they will take him to the end quite easily. We'll see where he comes out compared to everybody else. He is going to lose some positions here. But there is Nivellari as well, serving a 5-second penalty. So I think most of these guys served their penalties. So they've all come out in the same order. So I think
Look at
that's...
Kevin. He's got DRS on intermediates.
Yeah, they're side by side. And he gets the move done on FRA Brown. And oh, Brown's gone
Great
deep.
move. Oh, bro.
And he nearly wiped out Kevin. Nearly smacked the back of him. He's avoided it. And
Eslo, Sam and Matty are still Division P1 too. So they've
Yeah.
lost them time.
they all had
Matt.
5-second penalties to serve. And BTX on a set of softs. He's not going to
Yeah.
make it to the end.
He's not gonna make that.
Those softs are going to be absolutely dead by the end of the race. That is an interesting call from him.
If he makes it, I will PayPal him the fine.
Alright, we've had
Anyway.
it first, ladies and gentlemen.
As Matt then, I think Matt's probably in prime position right now to win this.
Yeah, but the question I'd ask is, why did Kevin stay out?
Yeah.
There was no double stack. He wasn't going to lose any time. I think he just followed Brown. Because obviously Brown, I assume Brown didn't box as Liverloy was just above him. He would have got a double stack. He lost a load of time.
Maybe the F&T.
No, I don't think so. Oh, and here comes Matt. Round the outside of Blanchimont. This should be a brilliant move from the Mercedes driver. Can he make it stick? And he's, what a move! And he takes the provisional lead of the what a move from the Mercedes driver.
God, that man has balls.
He caught the Renault driver absolutely sleeping, and he's into the provisional lead as Kevin and Brown both hit. And I think they both got 5-second penalties to serve, so they're going to lose up massively here. Can Sem bring it back? Yeah, can he get his way up up ready on now? Get himself close enough to Matt. He doesn't look like he is. He's got DRS, but he's a little bit too far back. And he's used a lot of VRS as well to stay with Matt, as Matt's not used a massive amount. So Matt looking on for a victory here. As Agonized Honey sets fastest lap. Matt definitely got warning on the inside there, so that's really good for him.
He's on the softs. As Kevin's on some mediums.
Oh.
I'll pay Palina 5 if he gets to the end.
Well, Brown... I think Brown could make it to the end.
Actually, he might. Yeah,
it's 8 laps.
He probably will.
Which you can do on the softs. BTX, I think, will make it to the end, but he's going to be dead. The tyres are going to be gone by the end. And it looks like SLR Sem are really struggling in these dry conditions. Because now Nivellari's got a chance to put himself higher up. And everybody, Nivellari gets a penalty. I was about to say, everybody in the top 15 has got a penalty. So, we'll have a quick look at the penalties. Nivellari's got 5 seconds. Maybe one of them taken off, we don't know. Same with VCR Shark, but everybody else has pretty much got 3 seconds worth of penalties. And we've got a driver off. That's Agonized Honey. And he's had a difficult afternoon.
Seconds.
Yeah, through Pouon. Matt sets fastest lap now, showing his dominance. He's just managed to get out of DRS. It's going to be right there or thereabouts. Yeah. And Shark sets fastest lap. And this is going to be a massive train for the lead, Buckley. Sem's managed to keep in DRS on this occasion. Should be able to keep him ahead of Nibellari for one more lap at least. Or is it? Yeah, Sem's harvesting. He's not got enough DRS, I don't think. And can Nibellari get close enough to make the move? He's gaining down the straight. Launches one up the inside and made contact. And he's kept it. He's held the car. Great control from the Alfa Romeo. It was a ballsy move. Possibly a little bit too optimistic, and here comes BTX now. Can he make the move on the Alfa Romeo driver? Not quite. And he's lucky that he's not been completely taken out of this race.
Matt, he's absolutely endless. He's absolutely put out a 2-second gap already. Like it's the Haas in the pits.
As well as
to the pits.
Nicky has now shown up on my map, so I think he's back in the race, and the sun is now shining from a race that's gone rain, no rain, rain, no rain, and sunshine. So we've got a drive around. That's CJ Allen.
Round 2 between SLR.
Yeah, round 2, and he's looking a lot closer on this occasion. He may be, he might go for a move into the bus stop. And the outside, can he make it stick? Or is he going to lift off? He's going to outbrake him around the outside, and he gets the move done. Brilliant move from the Alfa Romeo. It's going to put him on the back foot down the straight, as he's not going to have DRS down the camera straight after ready on.
VCR Shark. He's right up. I thought he's there. He was right up the back of Team Kata. Kata got the tank slap. And
BTX on set softs is looking quick now.
Yeah, he's as sharp as well. He looks like.
And here comes Sem. Here comes Sem down the straight, but he's not got enough ERS. Nivellari's got great straight line speed, so I think they'll be alright. And Shark's made his way past Kata down the straight, up into P5. And BTX, I think, a bit frustrated behind these guys now. Really looking to make the move, and he possibly is going to do it down the bottom of the hill. Not really an overtaking spot. Has to back out of that one.
a lot of the DRS. He'd be using a lot of my DRS if I was him.
Yeah, he's still using it.
Wasting.
But Sem as well is really struggling. I think Nuvolari may drive away from these guys. Oh, and he's touched the curb! Oh! And he's going to hit the bump, and he's going to spin it, and he's round.
Oh! Oh!
Disastrous from the AlphaTauri. And he nearly hits the Ferrari driver as well, rejoining the track. And he spun again, trying to get back on the track. It's gone from bad to worse. He was on for a great result. It's just gone downhill.
Flavor for you, man. Anyway.
I think you should give him a 5 out of sympathy after his races on the wood like that. And we got the AlphaTauri round again. This time, yeah, it's BTX still. And SR Sem has managed to hold off an attack from 1, but setting the fastest lap Shark right behind the Renault driver. He is looking possibly still on for this victory if he has got the pace to catch up to the 2 out in front. He's looking mighty quick. He's right on the back.
He wants this, yeah.
Davy Span as well.
And
we've got a virtual safety car, and that's going to... Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
That's really going to ruin Shark's opportunity to overtake. He needed to get past Sem on this lap, realistically. And Sem very slow under VSC. Nuvolari very quick. Oh, he's lost a load of time now. And Sem has been given a 5-second time penalty. And that was for Shark overtaking him under VSC, and then him overtaking him back.
Yeah, I think
Danger Man's just been given 2 drive-through penalties for speeding under virtual safety cars with a green flag again.
Oh.
At the end of this Belgian Grand Prix. And Nuvolari's had an awful restart to that VSC. Sem's closing on him a little bit, and Shark obviously much closer than he was before. So Shark's going to need to make this move as soon as he can. Ferrari Brown now on the back of Kata as well. Keep an eye on those 2. He's on the set of softs, so he's still looking for a good result.
Yeah. Kata.
Well, Brown's looking closer on this occasion, so we'll stay on board with him as he's now going into overtake mode. I think he is going to send one up the inside of Kata here at the bus stop chicane. Yes, he is on the brakes. Late as you like, Kata has to avoid the contact, but he keeps the position. But Brown all the way around the outside, and he gets moved on. Was he off the track? And he's been given a penalty for going off of the track. But he should be given a legal overtake, so he should be okay. But he's got past Kata finally, and here comes Shark now, right on the back of SLR Sem. I don't think he can stop it on this occasion. So up ready on now. He's got he's got enough ERS to go for the move. Sem's about to run out. He does go defensive, but Shark's going to fly around the outside. Nothing the Renault driver can do. And the Mercedes now, Williams now needs to go and chase that Alfa Romeo ahead of him. And we've got a spinner as well. That's Danger Man. He's out of the race. Now down to 11 runners.
11 left.
Well, supposedly 12. I'm not sure where SLI Nicky is.
He's there somewhere.
I couldn't tell you. So Matt in control of this race now. Can Shark do anything? Yeah, here comes Brown. Oh, bit of contact between the 2, but Brown's going to launch him at the inside, but he backs out last minute. He knows that it's not really the best place to overtake. He's going to try and send it around the outside of the bus stop possibly again. Same move that he did to Kata. He's got enough ERS to use on Sem. Sem's used a lot of it, trying to defend from those guys that have now gone past him. He's not even used any of his ERS yet, and he's still gaining on the Renault. He's pretty much on his diffuser coming through Blanchimont. Flicks to the outside. Is he going to be... He's not, and he's going to go around the outside of the Renault driver. And sweet as you like, bit of contact, but he does make the move. Great move from the Alfa Romeo. Up into P4. Has he got the pace now to possibly chase and get that podium? We'll have a quick look at the penalty situation again. Brown's got 6 seconds, Shark's got 8, which could be looked at as well as Nuvolari. So I think Brown looking a little bit rough as he's the only one with 2 penalties for warnings. So it's looking an unlikely podium, but still hope for the Alfa Romeo. See what you can do. I think Kata and Kevin will be the ones to gain provisionally, with them only having 3 seconds each. But again, a lot of this this final result is going to be provisional, because I think some of the penalties are going to be looked at in the stewards' room. So next driver up for SLR Semi seems to just be falling back and back into this massive train. And Kata now looking to get past the Renault driver. He's also got the 2 Ferrari drivers just behind him. Top 8 Buckley only separated by about 5 seconds, so...
Oh, here comes
Yeah, and he's making the move already. For Blanchimont, and he's already made the move. Is the Renault driver trying to come back at him at the bus stop chicane? May try and send one up the inside. Kata goes half defensive. And he's going to try and go around the outside. And Kata gives him the squeeze, shuts the door in his face. He couldn't quite outbrake him. And that's going to give Kevin the opportunity now to make his move on the Renault driver. And FRA Brown has set the fastest lap of the race. Kevin ran the outside of La Source. Don't see him move around the outside of there often. But he's going to try and make it stick.
Oh my god!
Are they going to be side by side coming up with Rouge? This is going to end in disaster, surely, side by side. And they've made contact. And that's going to give Janino the chance to come past. And the Renault driver's just gone down and down and down the field. And he's now down into P8. And the race he was looking possibly to get the victory here. And Kevin's past Kata. And we missed that. He must have got a massive run on the Racing Point driver, and he's through into P5.
Okay.
And Kata needed to stay ahead of Kevin as well. This is for position with the penalties. And Nuvolari's picked up another penalty. And Shark hasn't looked to make much progress on Nuvolari as well. So Matt is in control of this race.
Yeah, speaking of Matt, can we just sit back and realise Matt has gained 15 positions this round? That's an outstanding drive for him. Maybe there's been a look there with
well,
the
he nailed the strategy, and others didn't.
He nailed the strategy, exactly. So, the driver of the day for me goes to Matt, whatever happens at the end of the race. Hopefully that's not.
Well, I mean, there's still 2 laps to go, so now we know who to blame.
Hopefully that's not my he's got this in the bag.
Kata losing out to Kevin as well. Kevin's now dropped him pretty much out of DRS, and that now gives his teammate Janino a great chance.
Brown gets an absolute tank slap.
Yeah, and he's closing on Shark.
Yep.
He's closing on Shark. He may be close enough to make a move on the last lap if he keeps his tyres in good nick. But who is close enough to make a move is FNT Janino now.
Oh, I just realised, look at Shark's ERS, 2%. Brown can keep his ears high.
Here comes Janino. In the slipstream, Kata's harvesting. He's not got enough ERS. He does go defensive though, and Janino has to swerve last minute.
Oh my god.
And he gets the move up the inside. Easy move in the end for the Ferrari. Kata didn't make it easy, but straight up the inside for the Ferrari, and he is now up into P6. Interesting enough, Janino I think is the only person to not get a penalty off of warnings. So again, if it is looked at, Janino could be on for a P2 finish.
Absolutely outstanding driver.
Yeah, and he's really recovered as well. He's had a great drive. Started in P18, up into P6.
Last. This final lap after this last sector.
Yeah, and he's looking in control. I don't think there's really anything that can stop him at this point. Again, try not to curse the commentator.
Yeah.
We will we'll see as he comes across the line now to start his final lap.
Yeah.
And Shark is closed on Nuvolari, Buckley, and this is the fight that we were looking for. And Brown is just behind them as well. So if these two start battling, it's gonna really switch up the field. Shark with a big slide out of the source. I think he's going to be a little bit too far back. They've both got pretty much no ERS left. But Shark's, I think Shark's going to try and look to close him on him down the coming straight, and then possibly save enough ERS to go for a move into the bus stop.
He's got
yeah, he's not gaining them massively. He's closed it by a couple of tenths down the straight. The two of them harvesting the ERS. They've got about the same amount. Kata as well on Janino, possibly looking to get back past him if he can. And all of a sudden, Bram Nilsson as well, on the back of SLR Sem. But he has got a 5-second penalty hanging over his head. But if penalties stay as they are, it'll be the exact same as Sem ahead of him. So that could be a battle we watch at the end as well. Keep an eye on that one.
Oh, there's been a spinner at Sem.
And it's Sem. And he's round, and that's his afternoon done as they head into the final lap.
Disaster.
Final sector on the final lap.
Yeah, going to take away Mask across the line there. It's the last second.
Yeah, it looks as if Kata might be a little bit too far back to make the move on Janino. Yeah, so we'll ride on board with Matt now as he comes through the final chicane. It's been an absolute fantastic drive from the Mercedes driver. Nailed the strategy, had the pace to pull away from the rest of the drivers, and he wins in Belgium. His second victory of the season. Nuvolari will come home in provisional P2. It will be Brown that will take provisional P2. No, it'll be Kevin who takes provisional P2. Kevin, Brown in P3. Shark P4. Kata will come home P5. Nuvolari down to P6. Janino P7. Brown Nilsson will still finish in P8. SLR Sem in P9. Davi will pick up a point for his troubles. I will add, yet again, these are all provisional results. I feel like a lot of this will change with the steward's inquiry. But what we do know is that Matt has definitely won this race with a brilliant performance here in Belgium.
What a crazy race, oh my god. Everything happened that race, literally everything. We had 20 seconds
And driver of the day, luckily. The game is giving driver of the day to Matt as well, and I think it's the same for us.
Definitely Matt and me.
Honourable mentions probably to Janino. Again, depending on the steward's inquiry, if he does sit P2, then it'll be a great result from the Ferrari, but I think driver of the day would go to Matt, as we said. Obviously, his only other win this season was in Canada, which was an abandoned race, so he only got half points in the end. So I think he'll be more than happy with his first official 25 points for the season, and that's closed the gap down to Kevin. May not be as much as he would possibly wanting, but still mathematically can win the championship, which I think is important for me. But Kevin did get the fastest lap by 1,000th over FRA Brown. Wow. So extra point for the Ferrari. But yeah, it is Matt who takes the victory. F&T Kevin in P2 yet again. Second time in a row. FRA Brown sits on the podium. VCR Shark in P4. Timar Kata in P5. DSP Nuvolari in P6. F&T Janino P7. Brown Nilsson P8. SLR Sem on his debut in P9. Davi in P10. And your retirees were CJ Allen, FRA BTX, TSI Ninjaman, Crooken, SLR Nicky, who supposedly retired, although he was still driving around, Agonized Honey, STB Maudi, and I believe that was it. So we'll see if we can get a couple of interviews tonight. Not sure about FRA Brown, but we'll see if we can get him in here. Although he's already gone, so that might not be possible.
I'll try and get Matt in.
Try and get FRA Brown in. Okay, so it will only be Matt as an interview tonight, I believe. So Matt, if you want to include your audio, and we'll give you a couple of questions concerning the race. So another difficult qualifying from you. Obviously you started down in, I believe, P13, but you made up for it in the end in the race with a brilliant drive. Did you always believe that you were going to be on for that victory after that qualifying session?
No way. I think someone like Kevin on the Ferrari or probably just away, or some of the other drivers also quick in there. There was no way I was going to expect this. I knew it was going to make all the safety cars and stuff, and the weather was going to change something, but I was not expecting to come out and win. Like, no way. I was expecting maybe even a P5 would have been ambitious.
Well, as you said, it was a great drive, but I think the most important for you was nailing the strategy calls when it went from dry to wet and then back to dry. How close was it? With you staying out for another lap, or in the end getting it right with the right lap to box for the inters and the slicks.
Oh, the inters, that was perfect. It was still dry when it came to intermediates, but the safety car, it takes such a long track. By the time we got the safety car came in, it was just about right. Like, it was just on the crossover point at that point. So everyone else in the intermediates pulled away. And the slicks, I could have gained about 3 or 4 seconds if I pitted that earlier, because he said to change strategy just after the chicane, after the first sector. So I was thinking of pitting on earlier, but it would have been better, but I still managed to make it work anyway.
And obviously your first, should we say, official victory for this season.
Yeah.
Obviously you won in Canada, but half points definitely was a hamper on that. But yeah, your first victory, 25 points on the board. Are you feeling as if maybe there is that slight championship hope, or are you just going about trying to get a couple of victories for the rest of the season?
I think first place is out the window, unless Kevin gets no points in every race. I don't see any point of getting a championship unless he just balls up the next 5, 6, 7 races, which is not going to happen. So Kevin is very good. He doesn't make any mistakes. Very rarely does. So I don't see that. I just say try and get as much points as I can, keep getting podiums, and just solidify that second place.
Well, thank you very much, Matt. And yeah, you were voted driver of the day by us in the commentary box.
Cheers.
So well done on a good result.
Thanks.
So that wraps up the Belgian Grand Prix in Tier 2, and it was an absolute cracking race from start to finish. Had us on the edge of our seats the whole time. Yeah, great to have you back, Buckley, and
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be seeing you plenty of races for the rest of the season. But how did you enjoy that race?
Oh, it was an absolute cracker race, and thanks for having me. And hopefully I'll be back again in the foreseeable future, and yeah, we'll hopefully have more cracking races like these.
Well, thank you for everybody who watched the stream. Well done to everybody who finished the race tonight, and commiserations to those that did not see the checker flag in the end. But next week, we head to the final race in the European season. We head to the Temple of Speed for the Monza Grand Prix. Should be an absolute cracker. So join us next Monday from 7:15 GMT with STB Maudi and Rigsy in the commentary box for our Tier 1 race, followed by our Tier 2 race on the Tuesday, which will be me and Buckley again from 8 PM. So we will see you next week.